I'm Dave. Across from me is Christian, and we are Gen X Unhinged.
Good morning, guys. Happy Saturday. Great Saturday. Love Saturday. I love Saturdays when Eric Swalwell is burning. I love that. That's a good day. It's a good day.
We got a lot to cover. Let's jump right into that. Eric Swalwell. Swallows well, swallowed well. You know, we got lots of names for him.
Going to hell. Fang. They're all together. Yeah, Fang. It all goes together. Yeah, I mean, he's hey, they're saying that everyone's calling for him to drop out. He did a video last night. I saw it. I watched it. He's just so full of crap. You know, he's going to spend time with his family and friends as he was doing his video from a Holiday Inn. You know, you could tell by the cheap curtains in the background. You know, it's just the guy's full of crap. I mean, if you're talking rape, you're talking all kinds of bad stuff. I mean, she's saying that she was brutally beaten, or the anonymous accusers.
Yeah.
Or accuser. There was one. Now there's four. And
there'll be more now. There will
be more. Absolutely. Because they're not afraid.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're coming out and, you know, and I was just watching a video earlier today about when, Swalwell came out against, the Supreme Justice. Oh God, my mind just went blank.
It was
the new guy.
I don't know who it was, but it just was the Me Too era and how involved he was in that.
Right. Well,
he was like, always believe the woman. He was like, always believe the woman.
Right. In the video this morning I watched, he said point blank that, you know, the woman, you know, the woman should be believed and that he should be pulled out of the race immediately. And I forget that. God, why can't I not remember that guy's name? But he was a guy that was, I mean, he's not, he can't survive this. He cannot survive this. But with that being said, he can't be taken off the ballot because it's too late. Number one. And number two, what we suspect and have always suspected cheating, if they cheat, I mean, he could drop out and still win. That would be fabulous.
Well, that was one of my potential titles for this segment, was that, you know, Swalwell's corrupt. He's a cheater. He's allegedly a philanderer. You know, he's a rapist potentially. But does it even matter? He may still be on the ballot. I mean, he may still be a top vote getter right now. It's crazy.
Correct. And if the fix is in, which we've always accused them of doing, I mean, what? What if he did win? I mean, you know, and then, you know, I got a lot of theories on this. A lot of them are out of the pocket. We'll just have to wait and see. I mean, you know, I mean, this could tie into the Pam Bondi firing. I mean, there could be a correlation there, special counsel. There's a lot going on with this. You know, I believe that this is true 100%. I know the character of the man. You know, it's really strange. I see these people online, these Democrats online. We believe in you. We stand by you. But in the other side, they're calling Trump the pedophile. You know what I mean? They're calling Trump all these things, but then in the other, they believe him. Well, you can't have it both ways. Okay. It's not possible. Okay. I mean, you can't say that anonymous accusers are valid and that we have to listen to them. And then when it's your guy,
except for
now, right? So anonymous accusers are only valid when they're accusing a Republican. If they're accusing a Democrat, they're lying. They're lying.
At the same time, the Democrat leaders that were supporting him, they're jumping ship like rats leaving. They're like a rat leaving a ship, you know?
Everybody, it's a sinking ship, man. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
Get off that boat. And so they've got both sides of this going, and it's just like, I don't know. It's crazy. It's just, how can they have both sides where they got the governor or the government people, they're jumping ship, and then you have the media or whatever saying, you know, maybe this isn't really true. It's like, this is just nuts.
It's absolutely crazy. But what's not? I mean, this is the thing. So you've got this, and then to top it all off, then we're supposed to believe the accuser, but when she came out with the story, she got sent a cease and assist letter from Swalwell saying that he's going to sue her. Okay, so wait a minute. Like, so is that how that works? I mean, my heart goes out to the victims. You and I both have been through tragic events in our lives, but nothing like this. Nothing even remotely even close to this. I mean, and it just is what it is. And I feel really bad. And you know what? Props to the survivors for coming out and saying this and standing strong. And this isn't some MAGA supporting Republicans that are doing this. These are staffers within the Democratic Party. These are liberal staffers that are coming out and saying that this is what's happened to them. And you know what? I believe it. And this isn't 12 years. This isn't out of nowhere. This isn't somebody from a different political party. These are people within the party, within staffers that has text messages. There's text messages where that supposedly he was ensuing her to send him nude photos under pressure. He sent his own nude photos under pressure. All of this behind his wife's back. I mean, this is just, this is standard, typical Democrat behavior, which we've always said it to be true.
Yeah. Okay, so let's look at some numbers here. Just the cold hard facts of what all that personal stuff is incredibly important. I don't mean to gloss over it, but we've done that. So now let's look at the California governor's race. So the ballot had to be set by law by March 27th.
Real quick, let me cut you off. Steve Hilton, 14.7. Eric Swalwell, 13.7. Chad Bianco, 13%. Katie Porter, 11.3. Tom Sawyer, 10.3. And Becerra, 4.3. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we've got 2 Republicans running, Hilton and Bianco, and 8 Democrats running. So you just ran through about 5 or 6 of the Democrats. There's 2 that have even lesser votes.
Correct.
But the ballot set.
What I just read was on Fox News right now, and we were talking about it, and it just showed that. Yeah,
the timing. It's
sorry,
all timing.
I had to read it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to throw you off, bud.
Okay, that's all right. But so if all 8 of these Democrats are going to be on the ballot, and then the ballot set, in theory, by law, the ballot set. So it's going to list these 2 Republicans and 8 Democrats.
Correct.
And the top 2 vote getters are going to be up for election in November of 2026. So whether they're Republicans or Democrats, they can have 2 Republicans, they have 2 Democrats. It doesn't matter. Just the top 2 vote getters. If Swalwell's there, I don't know. You can look at it both ways. Does he just win because he's the Democrat with the most name recognition? Or is this going to throw the Democrat, the 8 of them, into such a negative spiral that they can't beat the Republicans?
They can't. What would have to happen, what would have to happen is they would all have to drop out except for 1.
But they'd still be on the ballot.
No, you're right. No, I'm telling you, I don't see how they win this unless they cheat.
I don't either.
That's what I'm trying to say. The fix is in, and in California, we have seen this time and time again. The polls close, 8 o'clock, 8:01, bam, Gavin Newsom, 8:01, Prop 50, 8:01, no recall. I mean, over and over and over again, this has happened in California, and I can almost guarantee you that in June, when we have this election, Eric Swalwell will be on the ballot in November. I really believe that in my heart. I don't want it to be true, but I think that it is true. I mean, you got 14-7, 13-7. You got a Republican leading the race right now. Right. You got 1 and 3. 1 and 3 are both Republicans, right? And then you got the one in the middle, and the other ones are so far behind. Porter, she's 11. Nobody wants that lady.
No.
I mean, it's and I'm not getting cocky. I'm definitely not. I know how California is. I know how California works. I know how the fix works. It's always worked this way. I'm not, like I said, I don't even get mad about it anymore because I can't change it personally, but it just is what it is, people. Hey, June's going to be very interesting. I mean, could you imagine if he actually gets on the ballot?
Oh,
I mean, can you? And it's a Republican against Swalwell in November. I mean, can you imagine this? And then he's on trial for rape, and then he becomes a governor. I mean, yeah.
This is even going to make the Karens' head spin. They're not going to know what to do.
This would be huge. No, because what it would do is it would prove the fact that they've been cheating in California time and time and time again. Because no person is going to vote for a certified rapist. Certified. These are people, they have text messages that's going to be in court. They're going to be a special counsel. There's going to be all this stuff. There is no better proof in the pudding than right now. If the fix is in and they make it through and he gets, oh my God, it will be unbelievable. I mean, will it happen? I don't know, but I see a pathway.
Yeah. Hey, have you
so late in the game?
Have you heard the conspiracy theory that Katie Porter is behind all of these people coming out, all these ladies coming out against Swalwell? That she's trying to manipulate it. That's a crazy one as well, because this could vault her up.
It could. But the problem is, like you said, he's not getting off the ballot. Yeah. He can't get off the ballot.
It may not matter.
I mean, you might, I mean, they're going to lie anyway. So no matter what, mark my words, by next week, Katie Porter will be leading the Democratic Party in the state of California for the gubernatorial race via the polls. In the polls. Yeah. Correct.
Whatever they're worth.
A huge lead. Yep. 23, 24, 25%. That's what I'm guessing.
We'll have to watch. Have to watch.
I saw a big list came out, the short list, presidential, Kamala Harris. Thank you, Lord. Please pick AOC. Please pick AOC. Anyway, but hey, you know who's not on the list? Gavin Newsom is not on the list. And this is from the Hodge twins, and they're usually pretty good about that stuff.
Yeah, yep.
You know, so.
Well, let's talk about California and fraud a little bit, because they've been in the news. So we've had this hospice fraud. We talked about it, 6 weeks ago, probably.
Yes.
Where in LA, these pop-up hospice tents almost are happening. So
yes.
In the 4 years that Governor Newsom was in control of California, Newsom, whatever he was, they shut down 4 hospice.
I think it's 6 years, Dave.
Oh, 6 years?
Yeah, okay. I think so.
Whatever it is, they shut down 4 of these rogue hospice companies up until now. So now President Trump sent Mehmet Oz, Dr. Oz, he's the head of Medicare and Medicaid, and Trump took a lot of heat for that because Oz is a little bit crazy. He's kind of done some crazy things. And he went into LA. In 1 week, they shut down 221 hospice agencies in LA.
Right.
In 1 week.
Right.
Newsom did 4 in 4 or 6 years.
Well, and that's because he's doing his job and they are fraud. It's one of two things. Either it's fraud or the California hospice has figured out how to make people live, because 97% of the people who went into hospice came out alive. So, hey, either they're curing this or they're fraud. It's one of the two things, because evidently in California, if you go to hospice, you're going to come out alive. And that's a big deal.
That's a big deal. But my point is that Newsom, everywhere Newsom turns, every place you see where he should have done something in government, he did nothing except for fraud. He was really good at fraud, it seems, but he didn't do anything else.
Right.
And raising taxes.
And he would have gotten away with it. They all would have got away with it if 77 million Americans or 81 million Americans didn't stand up as patriots and say, enough. We're done with it. We're done with it. And that's what they did. That's what we did. That's who we voted for. And because of that, you're seeing this. Just imagine if Kamala Harris and Waltz were president and vice president right now, we would not know about any of this.
That's
Another
right.
$1 trillion gone. And like I posted the other day, we are not $37 trillion in debt. We are $37 trillion in fraud. I don't care what anybody else says. The government has been ripping us off for years. People lose their houses. People lose their everything. They can't afford to live. They can't go on vacation. They can't do anything because of these taxes, gas prices. It never is. And it's all fraud. It's all fraud.
Yeah. I think 60 Minutes doing that expose on the rail system it may have been the tipping point for Newsom, because now a major media company is calling for Newsom's head, essentially saying he was at the basis of this.
Yeah, the ghost train.
The ghost train. It's almost like even though nobody listens to mainstream media anymore, we needed to have some credibility on this from the mainstream media. And now people are starting to realize, oh, Newsom really is a sleazeball. He really is.
Yeah, what's funny is that, I was talking to the wife the other night about that, and we were talking about this Swalwell stuff, and Amanda, she's like, well, I'll believe it when I see it. I said, no, NBC reported it. She goes, oh, it's real then. You know what I mean? It's like it's so weird. It's like we don't trust anything until they do the right thing, and then when they do the right thing, we're like, oh, okay, so they're actually going to report on this. All right, so it actually adds. I don't know how you can have a negative add validity. It's the weirdest thing. It's like nothing is true unless CNN says it. But they always say nothing. You know what I mean? They're always lying. But when they finally tell the truth about Republicans, we're like, hey, CNN said it. See, it must be true.
60 minutes. 60 minutes.
Right. It's the weirdest thing. You know what? That to me is really strange. You know what I mean? We hate ABC. We hate MSLSD. We think they're full of crap. They lie all the time. They are the fake media until they report on real media, and then it's a great thing. It's hey, you can't make this stuff up, Dave.
Yeah,
you can't make it up. I mean,
well, we were talking about how all of this is intertwined. It's almost incestuous. So in the Senate race in Pennsylvania that John Fetterman won, he beat Dr. Oz. Dr. Oz almost was going to be a senator. It was a close, at that point, Fetterman had a lot of health issues, and they were saying he wasn't fit to run, the Republicans were saying this. And so Oz almost beat him. Well, now he's the head of Medicaid and Medicare, and he's finding fraud. So it just, these people all just keep getting recycled.
It worked out. It did work out, I mean, this is the deal with this stuff with Swalwell going through. Weirdly enough, I don't know how you could proudly go and say you're a Democrat right now. With the amount of BS that's going on, how can you honestly say, I hate Donald Trump, I'm a Democrat? Oh, so you support rape and fraud. Good. Yeah. That's a great party. That's a great party to be with, awesome. Keep it up. But there's the thing. I think we're going to see a lot of switching. I think all of a sudden, all these people are going to be, I'm independent. Oh, okay. So you were, the federal judge. I don't know if you read that. Federal judge, she got convicted of the felonies, and the appeals court said, nope, you're pretty much stuck with that, and you're going to prison. So here we go.
Yeah. Every time though, we get a little bit excited. We start thinking, okay, things are changing, things are turning. The Democrats, like cow with 9 lives, they figure out something, some sort of crazy thing to keep them, because they cheat.
They cheat.
Yeah.
And there's no cheating in that. Hey, let them cheat this time.
Right.
Let them cheat this time. Because let me explain something to you. If they cheat, that means every person that voted for Eric Swalwell or voted Democrat, let's say that he cheats, right? They cheat and they win. Okay? Just remember that even if you're a Democrat and you don't vote for this man and he becomes the governor, you have now supported a rapist if you're a Democrat.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. There's no way around it at all. And then they can try to turn it and flip it and do whatever. But I'll tell you one thing that the Democrats don't have on Trump or anybody else is that they don't have text messages. They don't have all this stuff. They don't have sworn testimony. They don't have these people coming forward saying they're willing to testify. And this is only a couple of years back. And he did have a lot of power. That's why they were not Trump, Swalwell. So that's why they were afraid. And they were sworn to the Democratic Party.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so, hey, we'll see. Hey, I'm excited. I feel really bad. Like I said, I don't wish this on anybody. But I'm happy for the courage of these people to come forward and to say what they have to say and do what they had to do, you know, and birds of a feather flock together. I mean, there's reports coming out where he bragged about giant sexapades on Capitol Hill and only putting Melania on stay, calling her in because she was hot AF was the words that he used. I mean, a lot of this is speculation, but it doesn't surprise me,
right?
Because all these people act a certain way. Like, just in proof of lying, if you ask Siri right now how tall Eric Swalwell is, you know what Siri will tell you?
What's that?
That he is 6'1".
How tall is he?
Go into Grok and pull his high school scouting reports as a senior before he went to North Carolina. Was it North Carolina to play soccer? Whatever. 5'8". Okay, you see what I'm saying? I mean, it sounds so stupid, but it has nothing to do with his height. I'm just saying that the whole thing is a lie. I mean, they got Apple lying about his height. If they'll lie about his height, the gloves are off. They'll lie about anything.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not, but this doesn't surprise me. I'm not surprised by this at all. Not even remotely in the same neighborhood of surprised. Because I think, and Adam Schiff's right behind him.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they're all running for the hills. And let me tell you this, Swalwell's going to sing. Hey, we might get to the bottom of this Russian collusion thing altogether. You know, the second his little punk butt starts to get near prison, he might start singing.
Okay, we're going to hear a word from our sponsor, CDP Firearms LLC. But real quick, I want to give a little story. So I've been doing this gun competition where you it's timed and you shoot at 5 targets, and when you hit the 5th target, the timer stops. I don't even know what it is. I'm not real expert in all this.
Fun.
It is, but I sucked at it. I absolutely sucked. I mean, I would miss the targets more than I'd hit them for sure. And so CDP Firearms LLC, they got with me and they said, let's try this. Let's do these couple different things. And I was doing these 5 targets, and this isn't meant to brag because this is not a great time, but in 8.5 seconds. I was doing them before in 18 seconds. Wow. And was just getting the right gun, getting the right sight. So anyways, run the CDP Firearms LLC commercial for us.
Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms.
All right, here we go. What we got? Iran happening still. So JD Vance has been sent to bring this thing home. Think he can do it?
Yeah. I mean, he kind of has to.
Yeah.
Because it just seems like every time they get a leader, they have to get a new leader. I don't
Time is of the essence.
I don't understand how the election process works over there, but evidently, it's just like, I mean,
that's pretty good.
It's weird. It's weird. It's a little bit strange how it's just like leader, new. It's weird. I don't. It is what it is.
So when this ceasefire came out, you and I are both like, this is not going to hold.
No.
And and in a lot of ways, it is holding. There is a chance that we could get peace out of this. it's kind of crazy, but it
Right.
does lend credibility to what Trump's been saying, is that Iran, they can't make any demands because they have nothing left.
Right.
And so
Right.
he just agreed to this 10-point plan to get him to the table so we could try to end this. And Trump's
Right.
rarely wrong. So I'm optimistic.
Right.
Cautiously.
Yeah, you know, I mean, the only people that that lie more than Iran are the Democrats. So I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. And you're right, they got nothing else. The straits are open, gas prices are falling everywhere but California. Thanks, Newsom. But you know, we're at $8 a gallon for diesel. Yeah, we're doing big things here in Cali. But
Yeah.
you know, it's funny because I celebrate too. You know what I mean? When I see gas, when Trump succeeds, I celebrate. When the Republicans succeed, I celebrate, even though it doesn't affect me at all.
Right.
But it's nice that, you know, all of a sudden, you know, what's really funny is, so there was this whole thing with Melania, right? And Melania came out because they're trying to tie Melania into the Epstein, and Melania's like, you know, we need to believe the victims, or we need to get these people on Capitol Hill, and we need to talk to them, and we need to get this out in the open. We need to get this out in the open. And the Democrats are like, well, you know, we got to protect the identity of the victims, right? We got to protect the identity of the victims. We don't want, you know, public pressure. But that those 4 women who accused Swalwell, we need them now. We need them up front right now in front of everybody. Right now, tomorrow, not the Epstein people, because they're not going to say the story we want to hear. We need, you know what I mean? They're so hypocritical.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And they just treat these women, like these victims, as just, I'm sorry, but it's just like, I don't know. I think it's so disrespectful to the victims on both sides. You know what I mean? These women should be able to talk about what happened to them, and just, you know, this is why I'm a real strong supporter for if a woman accuses a man or a man accuses a woman of any type of sexual misdeviance, and it comes out to be true or false, or comes out to be false or a lie, that person should face criminal charges.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we have to believe the victim, because if nobody believes the victim, then nobody ever gets in trouble.
That's right.
But people can accuse other people of doing things they didn't do, and they don't get in any trouble for it, because you automatically view them. They're innocent until proven guilty. They're guilty until proven innocent. You know what I mean? Yeah. But and like I said, you can't have it both ways, and we always have to believe the victim, no matter what. I mean, it takes a lot of guts to come out and say that, you know? So, you know, it's weird, but, you know, it's a good day. You know, I thank them. They're patriots.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, not a single illegal immigrant has crossed the border in 11 months. You know, I mean, that's big. I mean, everything's going right. I mean, honestly, everything is going right.
Yeah. So I was kind of reviewing some of our past shows, and one of our earliest shows, we talked about the number of illegal immigrants that Trump and his, during his time as president, they had found or had left the country voluntarily. So this was back in November. At that point, 1.5 million illegal immigrants had left the country voluntarily. 1.5, 1.6. And they had at that point arrested somewhere between 300,000 and 400,000 illegal immigrants, and they were forcing them to leave, not voluntarily. Well, now the number, you know, 4 months later, however many months later, is 2.2 million illegal immigrants have left the country on their own without being forced out. And now we're running close to 600,000 to 700,000 that have been forced out. They've been arrested and sent out, or however that all works. So Trump and his administration has sent away roughly 3 million illegal immigrants since he became president.
Then I also saw another study the other day, and I don't, like I said, speculation, but they're also saying that 1.5 to 1.7 million of the illegal immigrants that deported themselves are back in the country and are already about to receive citizenship.
They did it the right way.
So they did it the right way. Right. So they went home, they got on the list, and now they're processing the list and they're coming right back. So, I mean, that's a good thing. I mean,
that's a beautiful thing.
It's a great thing. You did it right. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. You know what I mean? And that is never against that. You know, I mean, we know that they're there. Hey, now you guys can vote for Trump. That's awesome. You guys can become Republicans. That's great.
This was never about we don't want any immigrants.
No.
This was about we got to get rid of the people that are doing it wrong and are bad for society. And so these people went back home and they started doing it the right way. And welcome to America. You know, that's great.
Well, and this is the thing. In a lot of ways, you know, and I say this lightly, but illegal immigration was the new slave trade.
Yeah.
I mean, it honestly was. I mean, they were bringing them in, they were giving them whatever they wanted. But they were always under the threat of being thrown out of the country. So you better do what we say or you get no money. You're going to get thrown out of the country. You better vote for who we tell you to vote for. I mean, it was all under threat. All of it. They weren't actually allowed to live as human beings in the United States. They were forced into it. You know, I know it's a rough word, and I don't like to use it, but it's a true fact. Yeah. You know, anytime that you're pressured to have to do something because you don't want to do it because you're in fear of what will happen if you don't, especially when it comes to where you live and your job and your existence, that's wrong. Yep. That's absolutely wrong.
Yep.
So
good show, Christian. Good show.
Absolutely. I agree. I want to thank all the guys, all the admins. You guys are doing a great job. We're over 25,000, working on 26. We appreciate all of you. God bless all of you. Have a great weekend. Have a great Saturday. It's raining here in Cali, so we won't be doing much, but God bless you all. And thank you very much for joining us. We'll hope to see you again on Wednesday. You got anything else, Dave?
Hey, God bless America. Thanks for joining us. It's been a great week, and you all need to have a great week next week as well. Thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.
Another politically motivated mini video from G-Man Production Group. Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now. Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms, LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms. Gen X Unhinged is sponsored by cdpfirearmsllc.com. Gen X Unhinged is a weekly podcast hosted by Christian Cole and David Cole. Join us online at genxunhinged.com, on Facebook at Gen X Unhinged Group, or download on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon Podcast.